When people get hurt, they come up with ways to not get hurt again. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before I go into today's video, please do all the YouTube stuff. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's go.
Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling? I, 34 female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband, 37 male, and I'm curious about if I'm the asshole here or not. So me and my husband have been together for 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day / escape fund if worse came to worst. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset. But the way my mom talked about it, it seemed like a no-brainer to have. When me and my husband got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child-free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid-6-figure salary, all was good until about 2 years ago. He was injured at work in a near-fatal accident. Between hospital bills and a lawsuit that we lost, that ate up nearly all of our savings. I took a part-time job while my husband was recovering. But when he fully recovered, we transitioned back into me being unemployed,
This is without
as my
the
husband
savings.
insisted that it was his role to provide. He is currently working 2 full-time jobs and Ubers on his days off to keep us afloat.
Wow.
Here's where I might be the asshole. I do all the expense managing, and I've continued to put money into my escape account, although I significantly decreased from $750 a month to $200. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because of all the stress of work was going to kill him. I told him downsizing would not be an option, as I had spent years making our house a home and offered to go back to work. He tried to be nice, but basically told me that me going back to work wouldn't make enough. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where we could cut back. He was confused when he saw I had regular reoccurring withdrawals leading back years, and asked me about it. I broke down and revealed, which now sits at $47,000. After I told him all of this, he just broke down sobbing. His point of view is I treated him like a predator and hid money from him for years, even when he was at his lowest. I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner and not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother and said I hurt him on every possible level. But my mom says this is exactly what the money is for, and I should bail now.
Damn. Okay, that's a crazy story. It happens though. Okay, so let me put it this way. When people get hurt, they come up with ways to not get hurt again. And this is the product of, I guess, single women. So when a woman obviously becomes a victim of divorce, she's obviously going to tell her kids not to find themselves in that position. So I don't really see it as a major shock. What's more shocking is just the amount she managed to save over the years, and also that she didn't bring it out when they were struggling. But apart from that, in terms of the secret account, this is not a new advice. Like, mothers have been telling their girls to do this for a while, especially during the hype of feminism. Mothers have been doing it. Like, when feminism came out and women started making money, the whole your money is our money and my money is my money, that's always been a thing. Although things are changing now, because again, women are doing well. That advice is an advice I've heard a lot in my time, and I get why. I would call the secret account a woman's prenup. Men don't want to get hurt by divorce. They've seen that divorce is crazy and it's not fair on men, so they created prenup. This secret account is the women's prenup, right? Just in case, if you leave me. So it doesn't sound too crazy. Do I recommend it? No. I think if your marriage is superficial, then okay. Okay, let's put it this way. If you do anything like that, inform your husband. That's all I would say. But even if you don't, it has to be something that the husband really just doesn't care that you have your own money. Those type of men exist. They make enough money and they don't care if you're saving money. They don't actually care. But in the case of this specific story, she should have not just, even if she didn't tell him, she should have told him at the point when they were struggling. Because I'm sure he would have been like, oh my God, you saved our lives, right? You know, when you save a bit of money and the guy doesn't know about it, and then when he's in trouble, you just whip it out. he won't be mad. I don't think he'll be mad, especially that you were willing to give it to him. In this case, she just wasn't willing to give it to him. And then in this case also, she's living through her mother. So her mum has probably been hurt, and her mum is assuming she's going to be hurt. And in doing so, they ended up hurting the man instead and causing a divorce that was different from hers. On its own, it's as if the money, the preempting, is what caused the divorce. So you're preempting a divorce, which means you're going to have a divorce anyway, which is not good. Because really and truly, if you don't preempt a divorce, you fight for the marriage a lot harder, in my opinion. But people who are always like prenup or whatever, it has its place, right? I think some of these stars, people who have a lot of money, they are they can be victim of gold diggers and stuff like that. I think prenup works really well there. I believe that. I think prenup works really well there, because you've got a target on your back. Like, even if you're a woman who's wealthy, be aware you have a target on your back, right? And if you're a man and you're wealthy, you have a target on your back. So I think in those situations, prenup is fine. But if you're starting together, or maybe you're just a man who's making like a regular job, and don't start talking about prenup. I don't think so anyway. But if you're well-to-do already, you're a millionaire or six-figure man, and you get some girl that you love, but because you could be a victim of that, I think that makes sense. It's just logical sense. Some people may not like that, but it's logical sense when it comes to those settings. But ideally, as Christians, there shouldn't be a prenup, whatever thing going on there. It should be your money is our money. But I do think the prenup thing works because if the person stays, the money's theirs anyway, right? If they stay, you enjoy it. It's like the prodigal son. As long as he's in the house, he enjoys the father's wealth. But once he leaves, I'm sure there'll be some contract that compensates you for the time you've been there. But again, it protects the man from what the prenup is supposed to do. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think? I wasn't as shocked as everyone is on the internet, because I've heard this a lot, especially back home and in African homes or African marriages. Again, not now. I think now things are different because of the economy. But back then, African men didn't really care about what the woman was holding. But now we do, because things are tight. But when men are well-to-do, they don't normally care. They really don't. And in this situation, I'm sure he didn't care until he needed it, right? I don't think he would have cared while they were floating. But at the point when he needed it, she should have whipped it out, basically. And he would have been happy with that, I think. Guys, what do you think of the story? Do you think it was outrageous? Do you think it was crazy? Or do you think, actually, I've heard it before? What would you do? Do you think it's right for women to have their own secret stash of money? And if so, under what circumstance? And would you bring it out when your husband is in need? Or do you think it's yours to just hide forever? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. Before I go, guys, I have a reaction channel. Please go over there. I'll put it on the screen right now. Please go over there, give me a sub, watch my videos, give me a like and comment, and share the videos. And if you enjoyed my reaction to this video, give me a like, comment and sub. I'll see you on the next one.